So again, a reminder, this week, so tomorrow, this week, I believe it is summative this week, because it was formative last week. Yeah, summative this week, even weeks of what we're doing. So, summative quiz tomorrow. I think it's a little bit longer of a quiz, only because there's graphs involved, so to give you the space for the graph, so you're not trying to cram it into one little spot. It's going to be like kind of like your pink graph paper, where there's maximum of 2 graphs per page. So it's something very similar to that, where there's space to work and get all the things that you need to do. But again, you do get to use your supplemental note sheet on said quiz tomorrow too. So make sure that you have that completely filled out, which the front side should be relatively full right now, because we were through the 4th conic of that we were going to do. So the front side of your supplemental sheet should be done. So this is a parabola, a circle, an ellipse, or a hyperbola. Why is it a hyperbola? Because it's a subtraction sign in between, right? Yep, exactly. So it's a subtraction sign. So that's a hyperbola. Okay. So step number 1 for my hyperbola is, which way is it open? It's an up-down, because the y comes first, right? Okay, so it's going to open up-down. Where is the center of said hyperbola? 2, -3. 2, 1, 2, and 3. That puts me with my center right there. Love it. Yep. Stop. Guy can make one mistake. And since 2016, I made a mistake. So guy can make one once in a while. What's my A value? 2. That means I'm going left and right 2 from the center. Oh, we got lucky. Because we're on the y-axis, right? That helps. That is a big help. What's my B value? 5. That means I'm going up and down 5. 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5. Okay. Then I can draw in my asymptotes. I think yesterday we went purple, but I think I'm going to go pink today. That is not an asymptote line that I wanted to have. Helps if I pick the right one. Ooh, let's go that way. Yeah. Now, hopefully this will work for me. No. Okay. We need to come up with the equations for our asymptotes. What are the slopes of our 2 asymptotes? 5/2? Yep. Plus and minus, right? Okay. Right. So what do we got? Talk to me. What, Phoenix? Give me one of them.
Minus 8. So y equals 5/2, that's minus
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I would concur with that one. The other one is y equals negative 5 over 2x plus 2. I would concur with plus 2. Okay. Helps when that side of the box is on the y-axis. Okay. If not, we would have had to use the center and then the slopes twice with y equals mx plus b and y equals mx plus b. Get it to y equals mx plus b. Love it. Since it opens up and down, where are the vertices of this hyperbola? Which sides of the box? Top and bottom, because it's up and down. Yep, so it's got to be top and bottom. So I got a vertex right there, and I got a vertex right there. So that would be at the point 2, 2, and 2, negative 8. Agree? All right. Then that allows us to draw it in. Scroll down for this one. C squared is going to be a squared. Oops, that's already a squared. We have to break, so I don't need the squared on it. It's already a squared plus b squared, which is going to be 29. So c is going to be the square root of 29. You agree with that? Square root of 29 is a little bit more than 5. Okay. Not quite 6. So we've got to focus there, and we've got to focus there. Because my center is at 2, negative 3, and my parabola opens up and down, I'm going to add and subtract it to the k part of each comma, okay? So my foci would be at 2, negative 3 plus the square root of 29 and negative 3 minus square root. Agree. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications, and all of that. Okay. Awesome. So let's switch over to more things on the back side of it. So the first 3 on the back side of your homework give you the graph and ask you to find value or find the equation of the hyperbola. The bottom 3 on the back side give you certain scenarios. So I'm going to actually go right into the certain scenarios because we see the same type of things off of them. Yeah? So if I had vertices of my hyperbola at 0, negative 4, 2 and 4, so that would be a vertex right there, and negative 4, negative 4, 2 and 4, and then down here there would be my other vertex. Okay? So I would have that scenario just off of those, correct? Okay. Now, if I go back to a graph, where is the center of the hyperbola in relationship to the 2 vertices? Right in the middle, the midpoint of the 2 vertices, right? Same with the foci. The vertex, or excuse me, the center is the midpoint of the vertices and the midpoint of the foci. Okay? So if I have this, scenario, then my center would be right here, and it would have the coordinates negative 2, negative 4. Would you agree with that? Now that is important because this number is h, this number is k. Right? If my vertices are aligned as is, what direction does my hyperbola open? It's a left and right opening one. That's important because that means it's going to be x minus h quantity squared over a squared minus y minus k quantity squared over b squared equals 1. That's going to be the form of my answer. Okay? Right? So we get a lot of stuff out of simply just saying that the vertices are right there. We found where the center was, we found which way it opened, all that fun stuff. What else have we found from the vertices being there and the center being where it's at? We already got that. Not necessarily quick longer, but what else did we find? We found the value of a, because a is how far left and right we go from the center, right? And the value of a is 2. With me on that? We found out a lot of things. Because what we need to find in order to get this is we need to find 4 things. We need to find h, we need to find k. We're halfway there. We need to find a, and we need to find b. So we're 3/4 of the way there. Okay? And that's all that we can get from the vertice line. Okay? The next line says that the slope of the asymptotes was plus or minus 3. Now, if memory serves me right, that was equal to plus or minus b over a. Correct? So what number, when I put 2 in for a, what number divided by 2 gets me 3? 6. So b has to be equal to 6. Is one way of it. That's the logical way of thinking of it. The other way of thinking of it is you've got this wall like right here. Right? And so you take a slope, remembering the fact that slope is equal to rise over run. So we take the slope and we would go up 3, right 1. Up 3, right 1, and that's where we hit that wall. So that's where that line is, that's where it's got to be. So then we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So B has to be 6. The other way of doing it, if you've got a graph where if you can, figure that out. And that is all that we have to find, because I don't think it goes on to say find anything else. Nope, it just said write the equation of the hyperbola described. Well, we've got our A, we got our H, we got our K, we got our A, we got our B. So this is going to be x plus 2, because it's really minus negative 2, quantity squared, all over A squared. So that's going to be 4 minus y minus k, so that's really plus 4, quantity squared, all over b squared, that's 36, is equal to 1. That's what we need. Okay? You have all of the tools in your toolbox. You're just used to using them going in this direction. Today, you need to see those same things going in the opposite direction. Okay. Ready to try one on your own? Try that one on your own. So, if you don't have a graph, you could always do this kind of like, okay, so we've got 2, 5, so we've got a vertice up here, 2, -1, we got a vertice right down there. You know what I mean? You can just kind of figure out where they are just in your brain on a little sketch on the side of your paper or something like that. If you do have a graph, then you would have 2, 4, and 5, so there's a vertice there, there's a vertice there. Okay? So that tells me that it's an up-down opening hyperbola, which means that's a y minus k quantity squared over b squared minus x minus h quantity squared over a squared equals 1 type of hyperbola. Also tells me that the center is halfway in betwixt them. So that would be at the point 2, 2. Also tells me that my b value is right there, and that's going to be 3. With me so far, just off of all of that. Now, with this foci, this value right here, what I'm adding to 2, 2 is my c value. Which means that c squared is a squared plus b squared. C squared would be 34. I don't know what a is, so that's going to be a squared. B is 3, so b squared is 9. Which means then that 25 is a squared, so 5 is my a. I wouldn't have to find my a, because really I want a squared for it. So my equation then is going to be y minus 2 quantity squared all over b squared, that's 9, minus x minus 2 quantity squared all over 25, and that's equal to 1. Questions, comments, concerns, clarifications, didn't quite get that, need something different. All good? Tomorrow, what color is it? Green? Brown? Brown. Tomorrow, your brown wheat. No, it is cream. Brown was last week. This color, whatever this color is, cream. Your week 32 worksheet is due. You now have enough tools to do the back side